Are you ready to kickstart your career in the cloud but feeling overwhelmed by DevOps terminology? Today, we are breaking down the wall between development and operations with 30 essential practice questions for the DevOps Cloud Computing Basics certification. In this video, we will cover DevOps Cloud Computing Basics certification practice exam questions. Unlock your potential in the world of DevOps and cloud computing with this comprehensive practice exam. In this video, we cover the core pillars of the DevOps Cloud Computing Basics exam, including IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, CI/CD pipelines, containerization with Docker, and cloud security fundamentals. Whether you're a student or a professional transitioning to the cloud, these questions are designed to mirror the actual exam environment. Make sure to pause the video after each question to test your knowledge. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more certification deep dives. Which cloud service model provides the highest level of control over the underlying hardware and operating system? Option A, SaaS. Software as a service. Option B, PaaS, Platform as a Service. Option C, IaaS, Infrastructure as a Service. Option D, PaaS, Function as a Service. The correct answer is C, Infrastructure as a Service. IaaS provides virtualized computing resources over the internet. In this model, the cloud provider manages the physical infrastructure, servers, storage, networking, while the consumer is responsible for managing the operating system, middleware, and applications. This offers the maximum flexibility and control compared to PaaS or SaaS, where the provider manages more layers of the stack. What is the primary goal of the continuous integration phase in a DevOps pipeline? Option A, automatically deploying code to the production environment. Option B, merging code changes into a central repository and running automated builds tests. Option C, provisioning virtual machines using infrastructure as code. Option D, monitoring the health of the application in real time. The correct answer is B, continuous integration. C is the practice of automating the integration of code changes from multiple contributors into a single software project. The primary goal is to identify and address bugs quicker, improve software quality, and reduce the time it takes to validate and release new software updates. It involves automatically building the code and running unit tests every time a change is committed. An organization wants to use its own local data center for sensitive data while using a public cloud for high-demand web traffic. Which deployment model is this? Option A, private cloud. Option B, public cloud. Option C, hybrid cloud. Option D, community cloud. The correct answer is C. A hybrid cloud is a computing environment that combines a private cloud, on-premises infrastructure, with a public cloud, allowing data and applications to be shared between them. This model gives businesses greater flexibility and more deployment options, and it helps optimize existing infrastructure, security, and compliance. In Docker, what is the purpose of a Docker file? Option A, to define the runtime environment for a single container. Option B, a text document that contains all the commands a user could call on the command line to assemble an image. Option C, to orchestrate multiple containers across a cluster of nodes. Option D, to store the persistent data of a running container. The correct answer is B. A Docker file is a simple text file that contains the instructions needed to build a Docker image. It specifies the base image, environment variables, files to include, and the commands to run. When you run docker build, the Docker daemon executes these instructions step by step to create a reusable image. Which of the following is a key benefit of using infrastructure as code, IaaS? Option A. Eliminating the need for a cloud provider. Option B. Manually configuring each server to ensure uniqueness. Option C. Consistency and repeatability in environment provisioning. Option D. Replacing the need for application source code. The correct answer is C. Infrastructure as code, IaaS, allows you to manage and provision infrastructure through machine-readable definition files rather than physical hardware configuration or interactive configuration tools. This ensures that the same environment is deployed every time, eliminating configuration drift and human error associated with manual setups. Under the shared responsibility model, who is responsible for the physical security of the data center in a public cloud environment? Option A. The customer. Option B. The cloud service provider, CSP. Option C. Third-party security auditors. Option D. Both the customer and the CSP. The correct answer is B. The shared responsibility model dictates that the cloud service provider, CSP, like AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud, is responsible for the security of the cloud, physical hardware, global infrastructure, and software running the services. The customer is responsible for security in the cloud, guest OS, data, identity management, and application security. Which term best describes the practice of sharing responsibility for the entire application lifecycle between development and operations teams? Option A. Agile development. Option B. DevOps. Option C. Waterfall model. Option D. Siloed operations. The correct answer is B. DevOps is a set of practices, tools, and a cultural philosophy that automates and integrates the processes between software development and IT teams. It emphasizes cross-functional collaboration, shared ownership, and frequent communication to deliver software faster and more reliably. What is vertical scaling, scaling up, in cloud computing? Option A. Adding more instances or servers to a cluster. Option B. Distributing traffic across multiple regions. Option C. Increasing the capacity, CPU, RAM, of an existing server. Option D. Moving an application from a private cloud to a public cloud. The correct answer is C. Vertical scaling refers to adding more power, CPU, RAM, disk, to an existing machine. While it is simple to implement, it has an upper limit based on the maximum capacity of a single server. In contrast, horizontal scaling, scaling out, involves adding more machines to the pool to handle the load. Why is observability important in a microservices architecture? Option A. It prevents any system failures from occurring. Option B. It provides deep insights into the internal state of a system based on external outputs like logs, metrics, and traces. Option C. It automatically fixes bugs in the source code. Option D. It reduces the cost of cloud storage. The correct answer is B. Observability is the ability to measure the internal states of a system by examining its outputs. In complex microservices environments, traditional monitoring, knowing if a server is up, down, isn't enough. Observability uses the 3 pillars: metrics, logs, and traces, to help engineers understand why a system is behaving a certain way and where bottlenecks exist. Which cloud characteristic allows a consumer to unilaterally provision computing capabilities as needed without human interaction with the service provider? Option A. Resource pooling. Option B. Broad network access. Option C. On-demand self-service. Option D. Rapid elasticity. The correct answer is C. On-demand self-service is a fundamental NIST characteristic of cloud computing. It allows users to sign up and receive resources, like VMs or storage, immediately via a web portal or API without waiting for manual approval or hardware installation by the provider. Which of the following is a widely used open-source automation server for building CI/CD pipelines? Option A. Docker. Option B. Jenkins. Option C. Terraform. Option D. Kubernetes. The correct answer is B. Jenkins is the leading open-source automation server. It provides hundreds of plugins to support building, deploying, and automating any project, while Docker handles containers and Terraform handles infrastructure. Jenkins is the orchestrator that triggers these tools during the build and release process. In a microservices architecture, how do individual services typically communicate with each other? Option A. By sharing a single large database. Option B. Through lightweight protocols like HTTP, REST or message queues. Option C. By running on the same physical hardware only. Option D. Through direct hardware memory access. The correct answer is B. Microservices are designed to be independent and decoupled. They communicate over a network using well-defined interfaces, most commonly REST APIs, via HTTP, or asynchronous messaging, via brokers like RabbitMQ or Kafka. Sharing a single database is generally discouraged as it creates tight coupling. What is a defining feature of serverless computing? Option A. There are no servers involved in the backend. Option B. Developers must manually patch the server operating system. Option C. Users only pay for the actual execution time of their code. Option D. It requires a permanent dedicated server for each function. The correct answer is C. Serverless doesn't mean no servers. It means the provider manages the servers entirely. A key feature is the pay-as-you-go, or event-driven, billing model, where you are charged only when the code function runs. When the function is idle, there are no costs, and scaling is handled automatically by the provider. Which DevOps practice focuses on automating the process of moving code from the repository to the production environment in a safe and repeatable way? Option A. Continuous delivery. Option B. Unit testing. Option C. Version control. Option D. Agile sprint planning. The correct answer is A. Continuous delivery. CD is the practice where code changes are automatically prepared for a release to production. It extends C by deploying all code changes to a testing and/or production environment after the build stage. While continuous deployment happens automatically, continuous delivery may include a manual approval step before going to live production. Which tool is the industry standard for distributed version control? Option A, SVN. Option B, Git. Option C, Mercurial. Option D, CVS. The correct answer is B. Git is a distributed version control system that allows multiple developers to work on the same codebase simultaneously without overwriting each other's changes. It stores the entire history of the project on every developer's machine, making it fast and resilient. Cloud computing shifts IT spending from CapEx to OpEx. What does OpEx stand for? Option A, optional expenditures. Option B, operational excellence. Option C, operating expenses. Option D, optimized execution. The correct answer is C. Operating expenses, OpEx, are the day-to-day costs of running a business. In the cloud, instead of buying expensive hardware up front, capital expenditure or CapEx, you pay for resources as you use them. This utility or consumption model allows for better cash flow and the ability to scale costs with demand. Which tool is used to automate the deployment, scaling, and management of containerized applications? Option A, Docker. Option B, Kubernetes. Option C, Ansible. Option D, Jenkins. The correct answer is B. While Docker is used to create containers, Kubernetes, K8s, is the orchestrator used to manage them. Kubernetes handles load balancing, self-healing, restarting failed containers, and horizontal scaling of containers across a cluster of servers. What is a virtual private cloud, VPC? Option A, a physical data center dedicated to one customer. Option B, a private, isolated section of a public cloud where you can launch resources. Option C, a type of internet connection for remote workers. Option D, a software that encrypts your laptop's web traffic. The correct answer is B. A VPC provides a logically isolated network within a public cloud provider's infrastructure. It allows you to define your own IP address range, create subnets, and configure route tables and network gateways, giving you complete control over your virtual networking environment. In Site Reliability Engineering, SRE, what is an error budget? Option A, the maximum amount of money a team can spend on cloud resources. Option B, the amount of allowed unreliability before a team must stop launching new features and focus on stability. Option C, the total number of bugs allowed in a software release. Option D, a fine paid by the operations team to the development team. The correct answer is B. An error budget is a key SRE concept. It is derived from the service level objective, slow. For example, if your uptime slow is 99.9%, your error budget is 0.1%. If the budget is exhausted due to system failures, the team must prioritize reliability improvements over new feature releases until the budget is replenished. Which of the following is an example of an agentless configuration management tool? Option A, Chef. Option B, Puppet. Option C, Ansible. Option D, Salt Stack. The correct answer is C. Ansible is considered agentless because it does not require any special software to be installed on the nodes it manages. It communicates over standard SSH for Linux or WinRM for Windows. This simplifies the setup process compared to agent-based tools like Puppet or Chef, which require a background process to be running on every managed server. Which storage type is best suited for storing unstructured data like images, videos, and backups in the cloud? Option A, block storage. Option B, file storage. Option C, object storage. Option D, relational database. The correct answer is C, object storage. Like AWS S3 or Google Cloud Storage, is designed for massive amounts of unstructured data. Each object includes the data, metadata, and a unique identifier. It is highly scalable and accessible via APIs, making it ideal for web-scale applications and data lakes. What is a blue-green deployment? Option A, a deployment where two identical environments exist, and traffic is switched from the old version, blue, to the new version, green. Option B, a deployment where the color of the UI is changed to indicate a new version. Option C, a strategy where code is deployed to a small group of users first. Option D, a method for automatically fixing code errors during build. The correct answer is A. Blue-green deployment is a technique that reduces downtime and risk by running two identical production environments. Blue is the current live version, and green is the new version. Once green is tested and ready, traffic is rerouted from blue to green. If an issue occurs, you can quickly roll back by switching traffic back to blue. Where should the binary files, artifacts, produced by a C pipeline be stored? Option A, directly in the Git repository. Option B, in an artifact repository, e.g., JFrog Artifactory or Nexus. Option C, on the developer's local desktop. Option D, in a temporary folder on the build server. The correct answer is B. Binary files, like .jar, .war, or Docker images, should not be stored in version control systems like Git, as they bloat the repository and are not easily versioned in that format. An artifact repository is specifically designed to store, version, and manage dependencies and build outputs securely. What does the principle of least privilege (POLP) imply? Option A, giving all employees administrative access to ensure productivity. Option B, granting only the minimum permissions required to perform a task. Option C, requiring two people to approve every code change. Option D, storing all passwords in a plain text file for easy access. The correct answer is B. The principle of least privilege is a security concept where a user or system is given the minimum levels of access, or permissions, needed to perform its job functions. This limits the potential damage if an account is compromised or if an internal user makes a mistake. What is high availability (HA) in a cloud environment? Option A, ensuring a system is accessible even if one or more components fail. Option B, paying for the most expensive cloud tier available. Option C. Building an application that runs only on one server to save costs. Option D. Measuring the total number of lines of code in a project. The correct answer is A. High availability. HA refers to a system that is designed to remain operational for a long time without interruption. In the cloud, this is usually achieved through redundancy, deploying resources across multiple availability zones, AZs, so that if one data center goes down, the system continues to function. What is the core idea behind shift left security? Option A. Moving security testing to the very end of the development cycle. Option B. Integrating security practices earlier in the software development lifecycle. Option C. Assigning all security tasks to the operations team. Option D. Removing firewall rules to allow developers to work faster. The correct answer is B. Shifting left means integrating security early in the design and development phases rather than treating it as an afterthought. By incorporating automated security scans and code analysis into the C pipeline, teams can find and fix vulnerabilities when they are easier and cheaper to resolve. Which of the following is a metric in cloud monitoring? Option A. A detailed error message from an application log. Option B. A numerical value representing CPU usage over time. Option C. The full stack trace of a crashed application. Option D. A list of users who logged in last week. The correct answer is B. Metrics are numerical measurements that represent the health or performance of a system over time. Examples include CPU percentage, memory usage, request count, and latency. Logs, on the other hand, are text-based records of specific events that occurred. What is the difference between continuous delivery and continuous deployment? Option A. There is no difference. They are the same thing. Option B. Delivery requires a manual approval to deploy to production, while deployment is fully automated. Option C. Deployment is for mobile apps, while delivery is for web apps. Option D. Delivery happens before coding, and deployment happens after coding. The correct answer is B. In continuous delivery, the code is always in a deployable state, but a human must click a button to push it to production. In continuous deployment, every change that passes the automated test suite is automatically deployed to production without human intervention. What is the purpose of tagging cloud resources? Option A. To make the resources run faster. Option B. To organize, manage, and track costs of resources based on department, owner, or environment. Option C. To encrypt the data stored in the resource. Option D. To prevent the resource from being deleted. The correct answer is B. Tagging involves assigning metadata, key value pairs, to cloud resources. This is essential for large organizations to categorize resources for billing, e.g., project, alpha, automation, and security policies. It allows administrators to quickly identify which resources belong to which team or environment. Which of the following is a common disadvantage of a monolithic architecture compared to microservices? Option A. It is easier to deploy initially. Option B. It is difficult to scale individual components independently. Option C. It has fewer network calls between services. Option D. It uses only one programming language. The correct answer is B. In a monolith, the entire application is one single unit. This means if one part of the app, e.g., the payment service, needs more power, you have to scale the entire application, which is inefficient. Microservices allow you to scale only the specific services that are under high load. That wraps up our 30 practice questions for the DevOps Cloud Computing Basics certification. How many did you get right? Let us know your score in the comments. If you found this helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more cloud and DevOps content. Check out the link in the description for the full course and official practice exams. For the full 100+ question bank and study materials, check out the course link in the description below.